Some very exciting things have happened in the last month since Invisible Children released this very powerful first video and this very compelling second video that helps teach the world about what they've been doing on the ground in Uganda and regionally in the hunt for Joseph Kony and the effort to bring him to justice, and the work to allow normal lives, restoration, and opportunity and hope for young people like Jacob who've been victims of the LRA. I think there's real promise here, and I think we're making real progress. But the United States has been spending tens of millions of dollars in this recovery effort, and we need your help in sustaining support for that here in Washington.
Okay, so for so many people that are saying this is not real, and because they woke up one day and they saw this 30-minute video in the internet, and it was all over, and people were reacting to it so fast. But for those who have been following the movies that have been coming up, because they're series of movies, for so far we have 15 movies now. So those who have been following up, they know exactly what the 30-minute movie talk about. And what to tell this, the message I want to tell them is just there's so many people, other people were saying they don't think this is real. I want to show them that it is real, and I'm here to testify because I'm one of the kids that went through all this experience. It's not only me, but it was just because I had a chance to meet these boys who went to Africa and talk to them and shared my story. But thousands of kids went through the same story, and these are the kids we are trying to help them now. And there's so many kids that are still down there, need help, and the war has not yet ended in northern Uganda. It just stopped, and the fighters were pushed to Congo and they were pushed to South African Republic. So I can enjoy the peace that is temporarily is there in northern Uganda. I want to have peace everywhere. When the war is still going on, I can still wake up and hear that people are being abducted somewhere else. It's so bad. It reminds me, it takes my mind back when I was abducted. Then that is the campaign all about. We want this war stopped. We don't want it shifted from one place to another, because wherever it goes, children are suffering, and that is what we hate. We want it completely stopped.
Don't underestimate the power you have. You're able to change the world. And also, I'm standing here on behalf of the people of the Republic of Congo, Central African Republic, who told me some few months ago that they wish their voices could be heard. The girls who got abducted. I was also an abducted girl, and I promised them and I said, we will work hard together with the rest of the world to make your voices be heard. They are there suffering. Many more of them are still being abducted, and I want to appreciate the American people so much for standing with us.
And for us, it's kind of funny because it's our 11th film, and our first movie we shot it in 2003, released in 2004 when the LRA was still, committing horrible atrocities in Uganda itself, like you saw in the first video. So, we started as small and humble as humanly possible. It was only a few friends that had a camera they bought off eBay, and so Invisible Children has done everything we can with Jolie's passion and leadership driving it, of saying we need to tell the world, and we always dreamed of the day where the LRA would make international news and headlines. But we'd worked on it for almost 9 years, and we didn't know it was going to be this time. Our goal for Kony 2012 was 500,000 views. It was printed in documents. So to see it go around the world so fast has been incredible.
The suffering, the war that had been there, I was born when the war was already going on. So I got affected. Let me say directly and indirectly. So indirectly, I mean it has touched many of my friends, many of my relatives, neighbors, and fellow Ugandans. And now it is touching my neighbors who are in Congo, Central African Republic, and Sudan. And then directly, I mean at some point like that, back in 2002, I was only 12 years old, and I got abducted by the rebel, and they were trying to force me to become a child soldier, but I had a feeling that fighting is not the only way to solve a problem. So I had it in my mind that I need to escape and come back home. And I count myself among the very lucky ones who are abducted, because I was able to come back in 3 weeks. And when I came back, I knew I could still do something which can bring change. I could still go to school. But the fact that my parents were in the IDP camp for 12 20 years, they could not raise money to pay my school fees because school in Uganda is so expensive, especially like high school. So I was home wondering, how am I going to go to school? And then when I met these boys, they were able to like put me in school, and Invisible Children became like my second parent who took the responsibility of my biological parents. And right now I'm just like with them, like with thousands of kids. So like we are just in one big family, Invisible Children.
Invisible Children has been there since 2003, and as you see and you hear the name Invisible, this is a war that had been going on, and young children were being abducted. But why now we say is very important for us to know, because this war started in northern Uganda and is no longer in northern Uganda, but there are more young children in Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Sudan who are still being directly affected. And that is why we feel we want to call for the international attention so that the world should come and bring this to an end. Because in northern Uganda alone, over 30,000 kids were abducted and their future was shattered. So we don't want this to continue. It has been going on for the last 25 years without a single attention from around the world. So we feel now is key that a young generation using technology, Facebook, are able to spread the message and bring the attention of the international community as well as their leaders. And that is why we feel it's very important right now.